Wall Street Radio Network with your host, Phil Grande.
And welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Okay, so we got a lot to talk about today. Again, I'm going to finish up my 25. I was out of the office the other day, so I didn't have a chance. Remember, we started, I said I'll put up, I need 25 new members. I'll give you your free color-coded chart, which is $30. You get that free with a membership, and you get that free for a month. And I said we're going to do 25, but then the next day I wasn't here, and so I'll finish it up today. We have 10 left, okay? So I'm going to do the last 10. So, because again, I wasn't here. And I didn't do it yesterday either because what the market was doing, I just didn't have time to talk about it. So, going to Labor Day weekend, I'll do the final 10. 877-600-GANG. Just call 877-600-GANG. Get your free color-coded chart. And remember, that's the chart in which when you go to my site at 2 o'clock every afternoon Eastern Time, and you are a member and you select from our member portfolio of 15 stocks, which one, and ETFs, which one you want to follow, it tells you exactly what to do. You haven't got to learn anything, you haven't got to do anything. You just follow that video. It tells you exactly what to do with that stock, and we're doing quite well. My members, and I'll go over those numbers a little bit later. But remember, we do have 10. I wanted to mention that right out of the gate here, 877-600-GANG. So please, let's finish up to 10. And again, you have to pay $39.95 for your monthly membership for 1 month, but you get the chart that's $30. Normally, you get that free for the month. Okay, let's get started. I have to get a kick out of what's going on. You know, let's talk about this. Is nuts. We had, if you remember, the QE, our economy, they kept telling us how we have the greatest economy in the world. Remember? Greatest economy in the world, they're telling us. And I could never understand that because our economy has not grown to 3% GDP in 14 years. So how can you say we have the best economy ever? So even if you just go back to Obama, his 8 years, and Trump, that's 10, just through the last 10 years, we haven't hit an annualized GDP of 3%. So if we go back to our first quarter, we're at 3%. Now we're in our second quarter. We just had our first read, and they already dropped it to 2%. They're going to have another read. It's going to be probably 1%, 1.5%. The economy's not doing well, but they still maintain it's the best economy in the world. Now, if you go back to 2018, let's go back to the fourth quarter. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the third quarter, 3.4%. Then we dropped down on the fourth quarter, 2018, an economic growth of 2.1%. And then we come into 2019, we bumped up just a little bit, 3%, and then we're down to 2.1, and we're going to go down even lower. So we're not getting there. We just never can hit the 3%. But you got to understand why we have this lack of economic growth. Because remember, when you have the lack of economic GDP growth, it comes from only one place: lack of business spending. That's where it comes from. When CEOs don't plow profits back into their business. Business investment back into new machinery, equipment, new modern facilities, anything to make sure their workers are producing more. So when they produce more, they get a raise, which in turn, those wages, when they get more wages, there's more consumption, spending. And that spending or consumption contributes to 80 to 70% of our economic growth. But here's what's been happening. They've been lying to us constantly for 10 years. Our economy has not been doing good for 10 years. And how? Because it hasn't reached 3%. Because lack of the economic growth comes from one place, lack of business spending. The CEOs are not spending. They're cutting their spending. So we look today and we see the GDP for the second quarter. They just did their first read or second read. They dropped it to 2% from 2.1 because CEOs still will not spend. They take that money and buy their own shares back So they become richer because the more shares they buy back, the less shares that are outstanding to trade. When they spread their earnings over fewer shares, that means earnings go up artificially, stock price goes up artificially, and they're tied, their composition is tied to the stock price. But remember, the workers, their compensation is not tied to the stock price. So they're going to do anything to run the price up, but they're not doing anything to help wages go up. So what happens to our economy, the consumption through spending, remember what happens, they're consuming, but when you consume too much, because you're doing it by debt instead of wage increases, that creates a real problem. So think about it. So the CEOs are not increasing wages, but yet people are still consuming. Their wages are the same, but they're spending 40% more than their wages, their income. When that happens, what do? They spend through borrowing. They use their credit cards. They use what debt is available. Auto loans, student loans, they'll give you debt. So consumers are spending 40% more than their income due to the availability of credit cards, due to the availability of cheap loans for autos, cheap loans, student loans. They'll give you a car, they'll give you a loan for a motorcycle, they'll give you a loan for a pickup, for anything. It's all credit. Here's our problem, why our economy's not growing. So at some point, you have to pay back that debt. So all the debt, all the consumption is debt. So don't think when they say, boy, look at this, consumers are consuming this month. Look at the consumption's going up, they're spending. No, all they're doing is getting deeper and deeper in debt. As a result of this, over the last 10 years, we have the consumer is $4 trillion in revolving debt alone. That means they owe $4 trillion on auto loans, student loans, credit card debt. The highest ever, with the highest delinquencies ever. On top of that, they have another $9 trillion in mortgage debt. What are you, nuts? So wages are not increasing while they're doing this kind of spending. Wages are increasing. They're getting to spend through debt. And now you get to a point you got to pay that debt back. That's where we are. They're trying to pay this debt back. So all of a sudden when they start paying the debt back, they stop spending. And when they stop spending, inflation or prices stop going up. Next thing that happens is the businesses start cutting prices, hoping they can get more consumption. But that doesn't work either. And so when consumption doesn't increase as they lower prices, the biggest expense is wages. So they start cutting people. This is what they did with the dot-com. This is what they did with the housing con bubble. And this is what they're starting to do right now. In fact, today the first signs of they're going to do QE4. Powell goes in today, or Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, goes in, he starts buying treasuries today to see if he can make sure the market doesn't go lower. If we go just a little bit lower, we'll be breaking what they call a support, a 200-day moving average. So he's in there for the first time in 5 years buying treasuries, which means he's doing another QE. They are scrambling. This market hasn't gone anywhere in 10 months. The market from 2008 to 2018, 10 years, stopped in October. So think about it. For 10 months, we haven't gotten above that October area. But they keep telling us how everything is wonderful. So we got to get you ready so when this market does deflate, this time you're not going to get caught. You'll make money on it as a gang member. I'll explain when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
We make sure our gang members are positioned to sell the market short with the same ease as going long. So you join the gang for $39.95, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You decide when you join the gang, of our membership group what you want to follow. So let's say you decide you want to start following gold. Okay, so let's say you're going to follow AU. And by the way, we started to buy AU on May 30th. We're up 89%. We're there every day to tell our members what to do. At 2 o'clock, there's the video. If you get confused, you get a hold of us. You have your own personal coach, for God's sakes. And if you do exactly what we tell you in that video every day, you'll be making money consistent. We make sure our gang members are positioned to sell the market short with the same ease as going long. So you join the gang for $39.95, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You decide when you join the gang of our membership group what you want to follow. So let's say you decide you want to start following gold. Okay, so let's say you're going to follow AU. And by the way, we started to buy AU on May 30th. We're up 89%. We're there every day to tell our members what to do. At 2 o'clock, there's the video. If you get confused, you get a hold of us. You have your own personal coach, for God's sakes. And if you do exactly what we tell you in that video every day, you'll be making money consistent. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Thousands of investors trust philsgang.com to deliver the tools and resources they need to invest with confidence. With the Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charts, you have the power to create highest quality, color-coded, easy-to-read charts in just a few simple clicks. Designed specifically for technical analysis and investing, the Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock chart seamlessly integrates and functions on mobile, tablet, desktop, and web devices. Isn't it time you leave behind the old stock research routine, spending hours reading websites, out-of-date newsletters, and magazines? Instead, subscribe to the Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charts and plan your entire investment strategy. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so everybody's wondering, what is this market going to do? Well, remember, they held interest rates to zero for 10 years. Thinking, boy, this way here they can really make a lot of money in the stock market. Well, very few people are in the stock market. The top 1 percentile and the 1/100th of 1 percentile, that's about 1 million people, 1 million households out of 69 million households. That's right, let me repeat, 1 million people. That's the top 1 percentile and the top 1/100th of the 1%. That group equals 1 million single-family homeowners out of that 69 million. Very small group. They took care of themselves. For 10 years, they made sure they kept interest rates at zero. Here's what really gets you. You think the government or CNBC or Fox are going to help you? Really? You think so? Well, then answer this. Congress. Our Congress has a banking group. Okay, Senate Banking. And the Senate Banking Group, and they also have, there's also another one with the representatives. Okay, there's two, the Senate and the House of Representatives. They both have a banking committee. Their job is to protect the consumer, to protect their investments, to ensure their investments, whether it's your house, your 401k, a piece of land you own, is monitored. That's what the banking committee is about. There's two of them. House Banking Committee, Senate Banking Committee. This is their job. To make sure they monitor, they protect your investments. And that you benefit from those investments by making sure our economy is on sound ground, sound footing. And they're supposed to focus on making sure working families are protected. They have good paying jobs. And where? Manufacturing, construction, drilling, mining. Not waitresses, bartenders, and healthcare, what do they call them? Healthcare providers, healthcare providers. God bless them. They work for almost nothing. They go to your home, take care of our seniors. God bless them. That's where all the jobs are. They're not in manufacturing. They're not in construction. They're not in those high areas. So what's happened is they're not doing their job. And they're still not doing their job 10 years later. They're not there to help you, just like the people that manage your 401k. They're not there to help you. I've said this 100 times. Your company, the person charging your 401k, he makes sure he and the provider of the mutual fund that goes inside your 401k, they work together to screw you. They make sure they direct you to buy a fund to go into your mutual fund, okay, in your 401k that benefits them, that they get a big enough kickback on. They're going to make sure that you don't pick a mutual fund for your 401k that has a very small spread. They're going to pick one of the worst performing mutual funds that you're going to stick in your 401k, which has got a huge spread, so they get a big kickback. You got to start taking care of yourself. So let's think. So we for 10 years, and most people don't even know what the hell a GDP is. They don't. Most people, what's a GDP? What's that mean? GDP, economic growth. It's the amount of stuff that we produce. The factories, manufacturers produce goods. And if they produce those goods, they got to sell those goods. But the key is to make sure you keep providing to the workers new equipment, new machinery, new IT, information technology, anything that they can produce better. Instead of producing 4 shirts an hour, they can produce 14 shirts an hour. That way, they get a wage increase. But instead, for 10 years, what has companies done? They've taken the money, the CEOs, instead of putting into machinery and equipment that you can produce 14 shirts an hour, okay, instead of 4, so that you can get a raise. They don't do that anymore. So when they don't do that, you can't have economic growth, because economic growth comes from one place. Okay, that's the business investment by these CEOs to plow their money back into this machinery and so forth. But also, it comes from somewhere else, economic growth, from small businesses. Small businesses drives economic growth as well. So you got business spending by the CEOs to make sure you get a raise so we keep growing the economy. And when that doesn't happen, people keep consuming. They tell you go to consume. They say keep consuming. The economy's great. They show you the stock market as if the stock market was a benchmark for how well the economy is doing. So they keep on moving the stock market up. They take parking space in your head that the stock market is what you have to look at to identify how well you're doing in the economy, a big bull-faced lie. So people go out and they start consuming. Well, how do they consume? Their wages haven't gone up. They go into debt. They borrow, keep borrowing and borrowing. And at some point, they have to stop borrowing because they have to start paying it back. Because when they buy something, they don't buy it with higher wages. Their wages didn't go up. They didn't take their wages didn't go up and put the money in savings. So when they wanted to buy something, they take it out of savings and go buy it. No. Our 1%, our owners, our top 1 percentile, 1%, what do? They make sure they provide you credit. Go buy an automobile. Don't worry, you're spending 40% more than your income. You want a student loan? Don't worry, you have no income. Want to buy a Jeep pickup? Don't worry, you have no income. Don't worry that you haven't had a raise. But then the time comes that you get tapped out, and what has to happen? They got to pay that debt back. And when they pay that debt back, as those prices were inflating, going up through all the buying, all that price inflation stops. And then what happens? Then they have to try to pay it back, and they can't. When I come back, I'll tell you what happens next and what you have to do to take advantage of it to make money.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
We make sure our gang members are positioned to sell the market short with the same ease as going long. So you join the gang for $39.95, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You decide when you join the gang of our membership group what you want to follow. So let's say you decide you want to start following gold. Okay, so let's say you're going to follow AU. And by the way, we started to buy AU on May 30th. We're up 89%. We're there every day to tell our members what to do. At 2 o'clock, there's the video. If you get confused, you get a hold of us. You have your own personal coach, for God's sakes. And if you do exactly what we tell you in that video every day, you'll be making money consistent. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Led over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
With the PhilsGang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At PhilsGang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And PhilsGang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the PhilsGang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at PhilsGang.com. That's PhilsGang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
We make sure our gang members are positioned to sell the market short with the same ease as going long. So you join the gang for $39.95, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You decide when you join the gang of our membership group what you want to follow. So let's say you decide you want to start following gold. Okay, so let's say you're going to follow AU. And by the way, we started to buy AU on May 30th. We're up 89%. We're there every day to tell our members what to do. At 2 o'clock, there's the video. If you get confused, you get a hold of us. You have your own personal coach, for God's sakes. And if you do exactly what we tell you in that video every day, you'll be making money consistently.
Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. That's 877. The color-coded chart. Red tells you to sell. Buy tells you add to your position or to buy for the first time. So he's explaining now on a stock that we have 7% what to do.
XLI. Now this one we got stopped out of yesterday. We're just watching this one to get back in, either long or short, depending on what happens on Tuesday.
And we took a 7% profit on that stock. Does anybody do that for you? No, nobody's going to do that for you. Nobody's going to tell you. See, my members, it doesn't matter if the market is up or the market is down. With the same ease that you buy a stock is the same ease you're going to sell a stock short. They will never tell you to sell a stock short Because remember, they make money only if you're buying. They don't want you selling short. And just remember this as well, that every day for 10 years, our economy has not grown on purpose. On purpose, it hasn't grown. Main Street has suffered. If you remember, one time Congress asked Bernanke, well, this QE stuff, who's it benefited the most? Oh, he says Main Street, which was a bold-faced lie. It benefited Wall Street. It benefited the very top 1 percentile, who 80% of their income comes from stocks because it's geared to drive the market higher. By keeping interest rates at zero, they can borrow money at zero, go in and buy their own shares, the CEOs, and the stocks go up. And Wall Street knows that. And they buy the stocks, millions and millions going up. It's like cheating on a test. Matter of fact, it used to be illegal. It used to be a felony. Because if a CEO buddy of yours buys 1 million shares and there's only 1 million shares left to be bought, that means that when he spreads his earnings, he's spreading the earnings over 1 million shares less. So your stock, if your earnings were 2% on 1 million shares, you cut that in half, your earnings are going to go from 2% to, let's say, 8%. Your stock's going to go from $10 to $15. See how you cheat? But if they weren't allowed to do that, they would stay at 2% instead of 8% the earnings. The stock would stay at 10 and wouldn't go to 15. So it's a big bubble for 10 years. So for 10 years, you have it, Main Street. They said, screw Main Street. We don't care if Main Street doesn't grow. Because for Main Street to grow, you need your wages to grow. Well, how do your wages grow? If it's the CEOs, they come in and take their profits and put it into business spending. So you can go out there, and you got the best machinery, best equipment, and you can produce more, and then you get a raise. Another thing is small businesses is what also drives our growth. Our jobs should be in the high-paying manufacturing, construction, mining, and drilling, but they're not. They're not. Because we're not growing the economy, we don't have manufacturing, construction, mining, or drilling. So there's no middle class. The middle class is shrinking. Remember, the middle class is the foundation of our economy because they get higher wages because the middle class is a higher wage group. And where do they work? In manufacturing, construction, mining, and drilling. But there's no jobs in that area anymore. So the middle class doesn't have the money, disposable income, after they pay their taxes, enough money to go out and start a business. Remember, startup businesses are by the middle class. Remember, the middle class is the foundation of our economy because it's the middle class who starts up businesses, because it's the middle class who mostly works for manufacturing, construction, mining, and drilling that has the extra money to start a business. But they don't anymore because all our jobs are what? Waitresses, bartending, and healthcare. So the middle class is shrinking. So they're the foundation. Our foundation is cracked and it's falling apart. And the business they used to start up businesses called startup was the backbone. They used to create 2 out of 3 U.S. jobs. Remember, the big major companies, the S&P 500 companies, the big businesses, they have a huge impact on the stock, but not on the economy. Not on the economy. The economy grows because small businesses, these guys who start in the middle class who starts these businesses because they have enough money because they're working for the areas of the economy, manufacturing, construction, mining, and drilling, that they get paid well enough. So they say, I'm going to start my own business. So they create 2 out of 3 jobs, or 64% of all our net new jobs. That's all gone. Remember, it's the small business that has the innovation. Small business produce 16 times more patents per employee than IBM or Netflix or anything else. But then to keep the scam going, they got to convince you the economy is great. They need you to go spend. Go get another credit card. We'll make it easy and get a car loan. And you think you're doing great. That's called the fake wealth effect. Didn't we see that with housing? Bush said, go take out the money out of your house, the equity out of your house. Go spend. Use your house as an ATM machine. And you went out and took $800 billion and you spent it on junk. Now you have no equity in your house. He screwed you. Now they did the same thing here. They're making sure you don't get good jobs. So the middle class doesn't have good jobs. So now they jump into all the other jobs, part-time jobs, crappy jobs, and they can't create small businesses that drive the economy. Everything is geared towards driving the stock market, but at some point, all this debt has to be paid back, and that's where we are now. Just like with the dot-com, debt had to be paid back. The inflation of prices stopped inflating. And when people didn't have enough money to keep buying stuff, prices started to drop. Then they dropped again. Then they cut their job. And then you're in a recession. Then you go into a crash. That's exactly where we are now. So what do? Well, they'll turn around and the guys on TV, the jibber jabbers, they'll lie. Listen.
Your wages are going up in a way that they have not gone up in over a decade. These are absolute 100% facts.
No, it isn't.
We've seen paycheck growth decline from a 4% rate in January to 2.6% as of July. And that's a lot of the reason that we saw credit card spending hit a 15-month high, which was a huge support.
Yeah, that's a total lie what he said. People are using credit cards because their wages aren't enough. Now, remember I told you, the reason that you don't have a good job and the reason our economy, you're not getting good wages because the CEO is not putting money into business investment. Now, we're lied to about that. Listen to Larry Kudlow.
We're seeing core CapEx orders really starting to steam up.
Really?
Business investment. It was down in the second quarter.
Business investment, why has it not kicked in?
Just the opposite. That's their job. Look, all I can do is help you so that, and then you help the kids at St. Jude. I'll make sure when the market's going down, you're making money just like when the market's going up. This is what we do. Look, $39.95, try it for 1 month. And you're going to get the free color-coded chart, which we make our decisions on. You'll see that chart. That's going to be yours for a month. So we have 10 slots left, 877-600-GANG. So call now, get one of those charts, and for 1 month, just select from our portfolio just a couple stocks. Do it on paper. Don't even do real money. And judge me on my performance at the end of a month. 877-600-GANG. You're going to get the chart. It's $30. You get it free. It works. It really does. It's amazing. It just, what drives me nuts is they keep lying to us, and people don't know the difference. They don't know the difference. All right. Join my gang, 877-600-GANG. That's the number. The chart is free.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all.
The only thing that looks good is the stock market, but if you raise interest rates even a little bit, that's going to come crash.
4264. philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's power.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become rich. richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you a fan of the Phil's Gang radio show? Then you should check out philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. They're waiting for your call. It was 3 days ago. We started with 25. I didn't do anything on the second or third day. I was gone one day, so I'm going to finish it up today. That one day, we start out with 25. I started out today when I came on here. We had 10 left of the 25. So you get it free. You just join the gang for $39.95, and you get the color-coded chart free. And then what you get is, remember, you get my 5 stock picks every day. I've been in these stocks for over 3 years. That's Caterpillar, Schlumberger, Intel, Goldman Sachs, AT&T. But we have 15 stocks in our member portfolio. Plus, you get my daily stock recommendations. Those are the ones in our portfolio. You get my daily working investor program. We post at 2 o'clock, like we did today. And then, and if you can't go at 2 o'clock, it's archived. Do it at night. It tells you what to do, exactly what to do with your stock. If it's going down, we make sure we're making money. It's going down. If it's going up, we're sure you're making money, regardless of what's going on. Because you got to understand, the economy has been decoupled from the stock market. The economy is a total bust. It's the stock market that's been rallying, but it's a big, fat, ugly bubble. Who told us that?
The only thing that looks good is the stock market, but if you raise interest rates even a little bit, that's going to come crashing down. And we are in a big, fat, ugly bubble.
And you remember when they did raise rates, after being at zero for 10 years, they raised rates. What happened? We had a 20% stock market crash in October 2018. Remember that? And then Trump went nuts when they started to raise rates. Now, why did they raise rates? to create an illusion the economy was doing great. They knew the economy wasn't doing well. They knew we had negative housing starts. We had negative pending home sales, negative durable goods orders. They knew that the manufacturing PMI was plunging. They knew yields were on their way down. They were starting to invert. But yet they come out every day and they lie to us, right? That's their job.
Your wages are going up in a way that they have not gone up in over a decade. It is
really.
We've seen paycheck growth decline from a 4% rate in January to 2.6%.
So how are they going up, Payne?
We're seeing core CapEx orders really starting to steam up.
No, that's a lie. You're not getting business investment. That's why we're not growing.
Business investment. It was down in the second.
Yeah, it was down, not up, like he's saying.
America's job market is once again red hot.
That's not true.
Monthly gains are now averaging 164,000 this year, and that's down from the average of 223,000 in 20.
So they're down, but here's the real story. Red hot, what is she talking about? The jobs are no longer in high-paying jobs of manufacturing, construction, mining, and drilling. Those jobs are gone. We just had 166,000 jobs. All except 33,000 jobs were bartenders, waiters, and everything else. Why? Because CEOs are not spending any money, plowing any money back into their company for business investment. And when Kudlow talks about it, of course, he lies about it.
We're seeing core CapEx orders really starting to steam up.
And it isn't.
Business investment. It was down in the second.
That's right. It's down. And that's why, remember, when business investment is down, that's why our economy can't reach 3%. And for 10 years, our business investment has been down because what are the CEOs doing with that money? They're buying shares of their own company, called stock buybacks, because their pay is tied to stock. When a stock goes up, they make a fortune. And remember, it's all rigged because they keep buying their own shares back. There's less shares, the stock keeps going up. But the guy who on Main Street is trying to better himself, he can't get to a manufacturing or construction or mining or drilling job. He's got to stay with waitressing. He's got to stay with bartending because these stinkers, these CEOs are making a fortune instead of putting money back in their company, putting it in their pocket through stock buybacks, and they own Congress. So Congress should be passing a law to stop these stock buybacks, but they make so much money, they pay the congressmen, they pay the lobbyists, so they don't have to worry. So wages, remember that wages, we always had good jobs. We always had good jobs because the best jobs were small businesses. Well, remember, they came from the middle class. But where did the middle class get their money to start a job? Well, the middle class worker was always in manufacturing, construction, mining, and drilling. But now he doesn't have those jobs in the last 10 years. So he's disappearing. He doesn't have disposable income. So no longer, remember, startup businesses were the backbone. The middle class who had enough money because he was in manufacturing, construction, mining, and drilling, now he's a bartender or he's waitressing, okay? Or he's cleaning a motel room. Or he's at a supermarket, making some a Subway sandwich or something. So the backbone is gone. The startup business is gone. The middle class guy, he was the backbone. He was the foundation. And the business he started was the backbone. So think, middle class was the foundation. The business he started was the backbone, and they're gone. They used to create 2 out of 3 U.S. jobs. They're gone. So instead, what we have for 10 years is these jibber jabbers on TV lying to us every day.
These numbers from the retailers generally suggest that the consumer is back and back strong.
Consumers back and back strong? That's not true.
Looking at the consumer, we see traditional discretionary purchases trending negative in 3 of the last 5 months.
There you go. So see, that was a lie. Here's the one I love. Maria Bartiromo comes out and she scolds everybody.
A journalist is supposed to cover the story, seek the truth.
Oh, really? Then why don't you practice what you're preaching, Maria?
Let me tell you first about the July jobs report. Good report, shows growth in jobs. Most sectors actually saw job creation, construction, manufacturing.
No, construction and manufacturing were down.
Our July read on ISM manufacturing nationwide, expecting a number near 52, 51.2, so it's a bit light. Our July.
Yeah, right. So their job is to make you feel good. So why don't we just do this? The $39.95, remember what you get a lot Okay? Not only do you get the stock recommendations, you get the 15 stock portfolio. You get the alert at 2 p.m. If you don't understand your alert on your stock, you get your own personal coach, okay? You get my live alerts. You get live access to my webinar, to my classes from 9:30 in the morning to 11 if you want to do that, if you want to become educated, if you want to be an aggressive trader, investor. We have coffee talk every morning. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning, following the European market. Then I do a coffee talk so you know what I expect in the morning. We do a market wrap. We give you complete access to our educational facilities, our videos, our libraries. I mean, this is crazy. All the material is archived for 7 days. What we charge $39.95 for, these different trading academies charge you $1,000, $2,000 a month. Check it out. We do more for $39.95. We haven't moved our price in 20 years. Why? Because we want you, okay, join the gang, learn how to really make some money so you can help St. Jude. We've been at $39.95. I get a kick out. I see all these trading academies and either come to your town and, oh, come on, we're going to give you a free class. All they're trying to do is sell you a program for $2,000 a month. What I get for $39.95? What are you, nuts? Or I must be nuts. But we've been doing this for 20 years. Still here. So, again, I got 10 of the MV2 color-coded charts. That's what we follow, or that's what you're going to follow when you plug in at 2 Eastern Time, your stock, and you'll see Steve there, and he'll be pointing what to do. You can't miss. Anyways, 877-600-GANG, try it. Look, you know, one of the biggest problems we're having in our country right now is that we have pending home sales are plunging, okay? The second quarter GDP, again, starting to go down. Treasury Department comes in. They don't want the market to drop, so they're holding it up. So they came in the last 2 weeks, bought $14 billion worth of treasuries. That way they're thinking they can hold the stock market up, because if we break on a 200-day moving average at 2,800 on the Dow, this market's going to crash big. So they're doing everything they can. But you notice every time they try to rally this market, they can't hold it. This market for 10 months has failed to rally again. The last time it rallied was 10 months ago. For you, it shouldn't matter if you're my member. 877-600-GANG. Okay, we're almost out. So, again, we started out the show with 10. I don't know how many we have left. Call 877-600-GANG. You get your free chart. You got to be a member, $39.95. The chart's $30. You get that free. Or go online, philsgang.com. Listen, have a safe weekend, especially if you're in Florida, okay? See you on the charts. Help the kids at St. Jude. Help yourself. Be a gang member.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.